Okay, so I am very clearly sopping wet. My hair is absolutely soaked. Uh, I ended up, okay, my other video of the how bad it was flooded, um, under the light rail, and I was gonna try to go through, and it was getting my boots, so I started walking away, and then I was still filming though until I went around the corner. But then as I was walking away, I watched more people go by, and the happened to be one of them did get stuck. And his car died, so I got that on camera. Anyways, it totally completely out. So I put the camera away, obviously, and I went over and helped. I told him to put in neutral and all that, and I helped him because he was in the middle, and other people were trying to get through, even though they shouldn't be when it's that deep. So I helped him push his car to the side of the road to get it out of the water for the most part, and out of the middle of the road at least, so that way he's not in people's way. Um, Someone did stop and we tried to jump his car thinking it was the battery, but it was not the battery. His windows were still working and stuff, so it wasn't the battery. When he went through, something jacked his car up, going all that water going up. That's why it's not safe. That's why people get stuck. That's why people aren't supposed to be going through those things. So that's why I was just waiting and watching and recording, because I'm like, someone's gonna get stuck. I know it. And yeah. So we tried to jump him, and it wasn't working and stuff. But I even, while we were waiting for it to charge and stuff, thinking we were going to jump him and stuff, thinking it was battery and things, just in case. But yeah, while we were waiting for that, I did call the police, not to like report about him necessarily, getting stuck, because I know they might not really do much about that, but to the very least, have to at the very least have the fire department come and block off, because that is so deep and it's so dangerous. Even I wouldn't walk through it. Because it was going over my boots, and going into my boots. So, I mean, he was mostly through it when it jacked out his car. So, when the car turned off, and died. He was mostly through it though. And, so it wasn't as deep. I mean, yes, a lot got in my boots still. And my phone dropped in the water out of my pocket while I was pushing the car. And I'm shocked it's still working, to be honest. It didn't short circuit. It didn't die or anything. It didn't turn off. So I'm like, okay. Well, I mean, again, I wasn't in the I picked it up right away. So I was in the shallow area. So I don't think it had much time to get into it, too much, because I didn't leave it in there and it wasn't deep. So, I picked it up right away and everything. So I think that, probably saved my phone. Anyways, yeah, trying to get my hair to dry. Because I went to put my umbrella down and everything to get the, car out and things, and then I just kept the umbrella away, so it's like, well, I'm already getting wet, so it doesn't even matter anymore. So the fire department came. I asked them, I just called police. I'm like, can you at least send someone to come block off this area until the waters go down, because it's just not safe. It's going to happen to someone else, because everyone wants to go through, because they're not, no one is patient enough. It's a city. We're the metropolitan area. So frankly, city people, they don't want to try to find another way through, or another way around. It's like, I'm gonna have to go through, which is why so many people are going through, because they're just like, whatever, despite the damage it clearly can do to your car. So, that's just normal knowledge not to go through high waters, because it's a risk every time. So, but yeah, regardless, I did call the police, and they sent the fire department so that way we can get blocked off, because I walk that way every single day, to go to work and to go back from work. And that's actually where my car accident happened too, where I got hit by a car, was on that crosswalk that I hadn't gotten to yet because, the flood. But yeah, so I have a lot of experience with that road and that intersection and going underneath the light rail there. So yeah, so that area, I wanted them to block it off because it's very dangerous. It's been raining for 2 days straight, and I really literally went to work at 7 o'clock, and it wasn't even flooding there yet. And coming back at midnight, clearly a different story. So I had an adventure tonight. It is like 1:40 in the morning now because it took time to do all of that stuff. And wait, and yeah, but the guy who tried to help him jump his car, did offer to give me a ride home, so we could go in the other way that wasn't flooding, to take me home because it was like I'm like freezing. Well, it's not that cold, but it's still, I mean, if it was winter, it would be, oh, yeah, no, this would be a whole different story. It's warm at least, but it's nighttime and it's 1 a.m. So frankly, it is getting, like, I'm soaking wet and I'm getting colder and colder because it is chilly. I mean, it's taking it down to like 40 degrees, like 50, 45 or something. So like when it's raining and stuff and nighttime, then it gets a little colder, especially when you're soaking wet. I had a great night. I had a fun adventure coming home. And I got video proof. Of course I didn't record after. I'm not like once I was, helping him and stuff. And that's why this recording's happening. So it's like everything's done, said and done. I'm home and dry clothes now, but hair's still drying, and stuff. But yeah. I've had a fun night. I'm definitely ready to go to bed. I'm gonna let my hair dry first before I go to bed. I just can't sleep with wet hair is the thing. It just, anyways, yeah, so yeah, the guy, that got stuck, the guy who tried to help him, that stopped to actually help me help him, that tried to jump his car and stuff to try to help him. The one that took me home, he offered to take me home. Like, thank you. I really do appreciate that. I'm soaking wet and I'm so ready to be home. I'm freezing. He dropped me off. And then, and when we were still there with the other guy, he told him he is going to try to call his mechanic friend and see what he can do about helping repair his car or like help figure out what's wrong since it's not the battery. Because water definitely did damage. So of some kind, since the car won't turn on, so it won't turn over, meaning something's wrong. So he, but yeah, the guy probably will have to ask the tow truck though, most likely, which is sad. That or I don't think the police or firemen are going to do anything for I can't say that because I really don't know. I don't really know. But at the very least, the police and firemen are there. So I didn't feel so bad about leaving him and getting, letting the other guy take me home because, or at least dropping me off at my block. That way I could get home. Because otherwise, the guy at least has the police, officers and tons of firemen there, so it's like, oh, hey, nice. Brought a fire truck and stuff so we can block this off. But yeah, that is why I called them though, because that's dangerous and it's not safe for cars to go through, and it's going to keep happening to people, and people are going to be damaging their cars and stuff, because I'm like, yeah, no, we need to block this off. Obviously we can't, but if we call the police and the firemen or whoever they send come, they can block it up, put some roadblocks so people will stop going through. So yeah, I've had quite the night. Had some excitement at 1 a.m. Coming home from work, all the fun. Oh. So great fun and everything. I'll make sure to post these videos for you guys to see all my fun. I am hungry. I'm going to go eat and bundle up a little bit more and wait for my hair to dry, or possibly try to blow dry it. I might just go ahead and blow dry it, or at least blow dry it. Yeah, blow dry it. So we're gonna try to do that and go to sleep. It's now almost 2 a.m., so I am ready to go to bed. Everyone, I had an exciting night. This is just my story, my adventure, my documentation of it. So have a good night. This is Sailor Lyoko for life. Signing off, guys. Sleep well. Probably not gonna be when you're watching this, but if you watch it, but yeah. Night.